Hello, Professor Beaver. It's Salvador here doing our project on going on the screencasting, going to Alternative 2, and I found a piece of software in here that was really interesting called Voltage Modular. I found it advertised here on the main page the other day. It's not there anymore. Now it's been replaced with this. But either way, this is Voltage Modular. It replicates a modular synthesizer. If you don't know what that is, I'll pull up a picture right now. You might have seen these before. Modular synthesizers are these rack mounted instruments that use a series of modules, modular because you can change each of these little boxes is an individual electronic unit that can be changed and moved around and replaced. And they're all basically just the standard components of your synthesizer. And with a modular synthesizer, you can change the components around and add different ones. And they've got all these cables coming out, and who knows what kind of secrets they hold for us to explore. Um, like here's a dramatic example of a crazy looking modular synth. But anyway, so they're a lot of fun, and it's something that every musician always wants to play around with. But there's a very big price point to it, so there's a piece of software that was actually it costed money. It was you had to buy it, but due to the COVID situation, the company that makes it, Cherry Audio, over here, they decided to release to make it free for all of us to kill some time at home. So here it is, and what this does is it basically lets you um, simulate the experience of getting to play with all these different modules. As you can see, it gives you all these different modules that you can add. They're easily removed, and you can just you get to simulate the experience of sound exploration and design through a vintage synthesizer, which is something that could cost uh, easily hundreds of thousands of dollars to really experience, to really duplicate in real life what this can simulate. So yeah, we can make a basic sound here. Like you can add you've got all your standard oscillators are free. It's got of course some that you can buy, but as you can see, these are all the different kinds of oscillators. They're all free, different kinds. There's this vintage one. Uh, but anyway, how about we make a sound? Let's add our first oscillator. That was an accident there. Take that off. This is your standard oscillator, and this is every modular synth has this up here. These are all your standard ports, and this is your pitch, which goes up here. These are here control the different kinds of sound waves. So you can take a virtual cable and plug it from here to here, and hear your different sound waves. Your oscillator module is what makes your sound. That's your main sound making component. But how do we make it so that we can have more control over it? Well, there's other control modules like an envelope and your amp. You can connect the gate from here to here, and this is going to connect the gate of the envelope to your CV out. Um, the envelope goes onto the CV out. You get the output over here, output into your main, gives you a little keyboard, and now we can control our sound. And we've created our first basic synth patch. We've got the oscillator feeding the sound into the amplifier. Your amplifier module is the one that amplifies the sound and controls the volume. It goes up and down. You've got this envelope here that controls we'll go into that in a minute. That's known as a gate. It's the gate that the sound that the electronic signal passes through before it's finally fed into the output, and you get the result. So when I hit a note here, and you can play it on your keyboard, I can modify. Say I raise the attack, that changes the attack of the note where it feeds in as opposed to just coming in when I lower the attack all the way down. Now say we want a more complicated sound than just these kind of electronic sounds. And you do have access to different kinds of waves. Square wave. Triangle wave. Sawtooth wave. And the possibilities for what you can do with these sounds are endless. So how about we add another oscillator? Ba-bow. So say you have your CV output on your regular standard synth. That's you got a $500 unit that puts out a pitch, but look at this. You just click on that and bam, you get extra outputs. Now I got two oscillators going at the same time. Put this one in the input. Pitch, gate, should be good. And we can hear both of them playing together now. We get a stronger sound. And we can we can get a very popular sound by double clicking here and doing what's known as detuning the oscillators, where you can use this knob to change the frequency that they play at. I know there's a lot of technical stuff, which isn't what the project is about, so I'm just kind of speeding through it. Negative. And here you have where these two knobs are just slightly off of tune for each other. And we get this really dramatic sound that's really popular. We can... And then you can just mess around with all these parameters and all these different modules, an oscilloscope, which we can somehow, let's see if we can get this oscilloscope working. I think we would just get the output from here. Put another output from here in here, and we can turn on the oscilloscope, and now we can actually see the shape of our sound. And we can zoom in and out of it to make it, and now this module is even showing us the waveform that we're creating, and you can actually see in real time what your sound looks like. So if we change one of these out, change the sound waves, you see it changes. And this is adjusted in real time too as we adjust the different waveforms. And then I guess this video's gone for a while, so I guess just before we're done, why don't we just see one of the basic presets that we have. So we have an interesting one here. And we can move the different parameters around and change the sounds. Yeah. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. Probably hours and hours of entertainment here that's been given to us by Cherry Audio. Let's check out a few more of these sounds, and I guess we'll just call it a day. We have a module here that actually even modules can get so as complicated as something that actually just makes the music itself. And the notes we input on this one don't even matter. This is a module that doesn't even rely on your keyboard's input to. Instead, it uses this step sequencer. It looks like to change the different pitches. So yeah, it really just shows you all the different things that modular has to do. And one could easily just run this software on a laptop and take it to a club and perform a show or do a whole set using nothing but this. So yeah, thank you. That's been pretty lengthy.